Andy kept pretty much to himself at first. I guess he had a lot on his mind, trying to adapt to life on the inside. It wasn't until a month went by that he finally opened his mouth to say more than 2 words to somebody. As it turned out, that somebody was me.
I'm Andy Dufresne.
Wife-killing banker. Why'd you do it?
I didn't, since you ask.
You gonna fit right in. Everybody in here is innocent. Did you know that? Haywood, what you in here for?
Didn't do it. Lawyer fucked me.
Rumor has it you're a real cold fish. You think your shit smells sweeter than most. Is that right?
What do you think?
I'll tell you the truth. I had made up my mind.
I understand you're a man that knows how to get things.
I'm known to locate certain things from time to time.
I wonder if you might get me a rock hammer.
A what?
A rock hammer.
What is it and why?
What do you care?
Well, if it was a toothbrush, I wouldn't ask questions. I'd just quote a price. But then a toothbrush is a non-lethal object, isn't it?
Fair enough. Rock hammer's about 6 or 7 inches long. Looks like a miniature pickaxe.
Pickaxe?
For rocks.
Rocks. Quartz?
Quartz. Some mica. Shale. Limestone.
So?
So I'm a rock hound. At least I was in my old life. I'd like to be again on a limited basis.
Or maybe you'd like to sink your toe into somebody's skull.
No, sir. No, I have no enemies here.
No? Wait a while. Word gets around. Your sisters have taken quite a liking to you. Especially Boggs.
Don't suppose it would help any if I explained to them I'm not homosexual.
Neither are they. They have to be human first. They don't qualify.
In this previous clip, Andy was about a month into prison, and he had said nothing to anyone. Red was the first person that Andy met in prison and started talking to. He had an interesting request to Red, knowing that he has the ability to acquire goods from the outside world while in prison. Andy requested a rock hammer from Red. Andy knew his innocence at this point and had to find a way out. This was the first time the audience could tell Andy had something up his sleeve in the near future, because even though he creates a story about him having a deep interest in rocks, the audience is able to tell something else will be happening with the rock hammer in the future. This shot with Andy and Red is crucial to the storyline of the movie because it is the introduction to the entirety of Andy's plan, even though the audience does not know that. The audience just thinks the rock hammer is to feed his love of rocks.
You think you'll ever get out of here?
Me? Yeah. One day, when I got a long white beard and 2 or 3 marbles rolling around upstairs, they let me out.
I'll tell you where I'd go. Zihuatanejo.
So, what?
Zihuatanejo. It's in Mexico. A little place on the Pacific Ocean. You know what the Mexicans say about the Pacific?
No.
They say it has no memory. That's where I want to live the rest of my life. A warm place with no memory. Open up a little hotel right on the beach. Buy some worthless old boat and fix it up new. Take my guests out. Charter fishing.
Zihuatanejo.
In a place like that, I could use a man that knows how to get things.
I don't think I could make it on the outside, Andy. I've been in here most of my life. I'm an institutional man now. It's like Brooks was.
Wow, you underestimate yourself.
I don't think so. In here, I'm the guy who can get things for you, sure, but outside, all you need is the yellow pages. Hell, I wouldn't even know where to begin. Pacific Ocean? Shit. That'd scare me to death, something that big.
Not me. I didn't shoot my wife, and I didn't shoot her lover. Whatever mistakes I made, I paid for them and then some. That hotel, that boat, I don't think that's too much to ask.
I don't think you ought to be doing this to yourself, Andy. This is just shitty pipe dreams. I mean, Mexico is way the hell down there, and you're in here, and that's the way it is.
Yeah, right. That's the way it is. It's down there, and I'm in here. I guess it comes down to a simple choice, really. Get busy living, or get busy dying.
When Red told Andy that the reality is that they're stuck in prison forever, I believe that it lit another fire under Andy. Because Andy knew he didn't commit the murder, he knew he was going to get out. This part is extremely important to the film process because Andy's indicating that he has plans to get out of the prison and have a life set up for himself with money and experiences. All the time spent in prison really shows off on Andy in this clip. He looks very mentally run down and his emotions come off as dull, just waiting to leave and put action into his hope mentality. When Red tries to put reality into Andy, he said, "Get busy living or get busy dying." Andy's referring to himself and Red because Andy is getting busy to live out his life out in Mexico once the escape has happened, but Red has accepted that he is stuck in this prison until death.
In 1966, Andy Dufresne escaped from Shawshank prison. All they found of him was a muddy set of prison clothes, a bar of soap, and an old rock hammer, damn near worn down to the nub. I remember thinking it would take a man 600 years to tunnel through the wall with it. Old Andy did it in less than 20. Oh, Andy loved geology. I imagine it appealed to his meticulous nature. An ice age here, million years of mountain building there. Geology is the study of pressure and time. That's all it takes, really. Pressure and time. That and a big goddamn poster. Like I said, in prison, a man will do most anything to keep his mind occupied. Turns out, Andy's favorite hobby was toting his wall out into the exercise yard. A handful at a time. I guess after Tommy was killed, Andy decided he'd been here just about long enough.
Lickety split. Want to get home?
Just about finished, sir. Three deposits tonight.
Andy did like he was told. Buffed those shoes to a high mirror shine.
In this past clip, Red takes us through Andy's process of how he came up with the escape plan. As you saw, he accidentally thought of it. As Red explains the escape, it seems as if he admired Andy because of the way that he would talk about Andy and his actions. Andy proves a large point in this recent scene. He proved that actions speak louder than words and thoughts. Tying back into the original thesis, Andy knew what he wanted, to escape because he knew he was innocent. So he had hope and faith, but he didn't just sit on that hope. He took it into complete action and thought of one of the greatest escapes of all time. As said, hope is nothing without action.